Hello everyone, my name is Shane, and in this video, we're going to be doing an unboxing, and I'm going to give my first impressions on the Galaxy S25 Edge. This phone was announced a few days ago, and it is available for pre-order at the time of this video, so I'll have links to it in the description if you want to check it out for yourself. The retail price is $1,100. Comes in 3 different colors, icy blue, jet black, and the silver color that we're going to be checking out here today. There's 2 configurations of this phone, 256GB storage standard, and an upgraded 512GB of storage, and both of these have 12GB of RAM. Shout out to Samsung for sending out this review unit ahead of time. First impressions, straight out of the box, very thin form factor here, 5.8 millimeters of thickness and a very nice lightweight on this. Inside the box, we have our usual suspects, some paperwork, SIM ejection tool, and USB Type-C to Type-C charging cable. You can definitely immediately tell that slimmer form factor of this phone. Comparing this to my S25 Plus, which is the same exact size as this S25 Edge, we have a much thinner phone here with the 5.8 millimeters compared to 7.3 millimeters on the S25 Plus, and also a noticeably lighter weight here. So 163 grams on the scale. Let's check out the S25 Plus, 190 grams. It's a noticeable difference, especially compared to the Ultra here, the S25 Ultra, 221 grams. And the smallest S25, nearly the same weight as this Edge with a much greater screen size. What's also nice with this phone is we have the titanium siding, so it gives it a really nice premium look, and of course you're getting a nice feel as well. Now, physical tour on the side, we have our standard volume rockers and power button. Here is our look at the dual lens setup here. We have a 200 megapixel primary lens and a 12 megapixel ultra wide lens. And to my surprise, the camera bump doesn't really stick out all that much from this phone considering how much thinner it got. On the top, we have 2 mics and an antenna. On the left, have our 5G antenna. Then on the bottom, we have our speaker grill, another mic, the Type-C port that is capable of just 25 watt super fast charging on this one, not the 45 watt charge. And in the SIM slot, we have room for 1 SIM card here, no micro SD expansion. Also worth mentioning before we boot up here, we do not have the anti-reflective display that's found on the S25 Ultra, but Samsung does offer an anti-reflective film for this phone. I have one installed on my S25 Plus, and it is going to reduce those reflections noticeably. So here is our first look at that 6.7-inch display here. This is a QHD Plus display, so we're going to get a 1440p resolution on this, 120 Hz refresh rate. We have an entirely flat display here. I know with the Edge naming, some people were expecting the Edge display to come back, but with all that out of the way, I'm going to go ahead, set this phone up, use it for a full day in my real life use, and I'll come back with my final first impressions on the Galaxy S25 Edge. Alright, so it's been a couple days now since I first started using this S25 Edge. I'm definitely ready to share some of my first impressions with you guys. Starting with getting into the phone, the biometrics, face recognition works very good on this phone. Indoors, outdoors, unlocks very quickly and every time for me. We also have an optical fingerprint scanner here, so just a tap of your thumb, it's going to get you in every single time. It is Samsung's highest end fingerprint sensor, so literally just a tap and you're right in. And once you're in, you'll be greeted by the 6.7-inch display. I've been really enjoying this screen in my first couple days of usage, obviously because it is in such a thin and lightweight form factor. I know the thinness of this is the highlight feature, the 5.8 millimeters, but the lightness also as a result of the slimmed down phone has been the most noticeable thing to me. Just grabbing this phone at a moment's notice, quickly jumping into it. I am personally relying on a smartphone for a lot of my tasks during the day, so when you're picking this up maybe 30 to 40 times in a day, it's really noticeable and appreciated to have a much lighter weight. But something that was interesting using this S25 Edge, this never happened to me with any other phone that I've used before. I honestly felt like I wish I had more grip on this when I was outside and on walks and things using this. So I felt like a case was actually very important to go with this phone, even though that sounds kind of counterintuitive to buy the slimmest possible phone and then to just throw a case on it. But once I put a case on this, I felt a lot more confident holding this. It gave it a little bit more thickness for a little bit of better grip in the hand, and it still has a really nice and light weight to it. So if I weigh this with the case on it, 188 grams, which then gets close to this S25 Plus if I had no case on it. But still, as I'm filming this video, just holding this without a case on it or anything, it is crazy slim, super lightweight for this size. And even though it's the same weight as the smaller S25, Having its weight distributed across a larger canvas phone makes this feel even lighter compared to that one. There's really been nothing else I've ever used up to this point that has this feel and experience as far as the slimness and a lightweight phone. So on the whole, it is pretty impressive how Samsung is able to pack most of this same tech into this much slimmer phone. Now, I don't want to drag this video out too long since this is going to be my fourth S25 unboxing of the year. The experience of the Galaxy S25 itself is very similar in this phone compared to all my other S25s I have, so you can check out those videos on the channel if you want, but basically a very premium smartphone experience here with not all that many compromises aside from the battery life and the cameras, which we'll get into next. But a couple honorable mentions I want to make is that the speaker system on this S25 Edge is actually pretty consistent with my S25 Plus, doing some side-by-side comparisons for a while. Screen brightness also very good on this with the 2600 nits. It is very enjoyable to do your average everyday tasks on this S25 Edge. Even doing a bit of gaming on this screen is definitely good enough with the 6.7-inch size, and with this being such a lighter phone, it feels really nice to use with some of my mobile controllers. So in a lot of your average everyday use cases, it's why I would describe this phone as an enhanced premium smartphone experience. You have what is a premium smartphone experience and is readily available on the market in other devices, but it is just a little bit more enhanced with the slim form factor. Of course, you have to pay a price for it, in addition to taking on a couple of sacrifices with this slimmer form factor. The first of those being less battery life. So in my first full battery cycle, I got 6.5 hours of screen on time. Not terrible, but definitely less than what I have on my other S25s that I've been using throughout the year. For example, on my S25 Plus, I got 9.5 hours of screen on time with this one in my first use case. And my S25 base, I'm getting around 7 to 8 hours of screen on time. As someone who uses and tests all these different Samsung phones throughout the year, this one is definitely one of the lowest battery lives out there. So it is definitely a combination of a larger screen with a smaller battery capacity that is bringing the battery life down on this. And then alongside less battery life, we also have Samsung's slower 25-watt super fast charging on this one. We don't have the 2.0, the 45-watt super fast charge, so we're getting less battery life and slower charging speeds. And then also, of course, not as versatile of a camera system on this one, but taking a full look at the cameras now, we of course have that 200 megapixel main lens. It gives really good results. I've just been taking some general photos around the house and outside over the last couple days, and everything looks great here from the 200 megapixel, but then this is paired with just a 12 megapixel ultra wide lens, so it's a big difference in quality between the two. And then as far as zoom on this, we have a maximum digital zoom of 10 times, so if you do some comparative shots with the Ultra and the Edge, you're definitely going to see much superior cameras on the Ultra. So even looking at the video side of things, you're going to be getting significantly crisper image on the Ultra in addition to the Plus, a little bit of extra zoom on those as well. But then again, on the flip side, it's very enjoyable taking pictures and videos with this phone because of that very slim form factor. So I found myself when I was out taking walks and things, I just had this phone in hand, ready to take a picture of something if I was interested in it, where I'm usually not just carrying my S25 Ultra in hand all the time. But overall, first impressions of the S25 Edge, definitely my favorite phone from a physical perspective that I've ever used. Having 85 to 90% of the full S25 experience in this slimmer and much lighter weight phone is definitely appreciated by someone like me who is using their phone, picking it up and down 30 to 40 times a day. I would say for the heaviest of smartphone users out there, this is definitely an option to consider. It is still crazy to me as I'm here making this video how slim and lightweight this is. I think if this was a no compromise device, it offered the 45-watt charge, anti-reflective display, maybe a little bit more camera versatility, then the $1,100 definitely makes more sense. I think this maybe should have started at $1,000. Once this gets down into the $800 to $900 range, I think it is definitely going to be a very good option for a lot of people. This truly is the best phone from a physical perspective I have ever used to date, with this noticeably lighter weight, an excellent screen size and resolution here, very good performance. It is just going to come at a price initially here at launch if you are truly interested in getting one of these, but let me know your thoughts on the S25 Edge down in the comments below. Stay tuned for my case video up next, since like I mentioned, it actually is really nice to have a case alongside this. Thanks so much for watching. Take care.